Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, and I have another manga chapter review. Brand new one for you guys. Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is going to be a brand new series that one of you guys that are probably watching, hopefully, my videos recommended me to watch. I'm going to shout out your comment here, Fireboy Jacob 3881. They said that I should definitely check out Astro Royale, a new series in Shonen Jump. Only has 3 chapters, and yes, it is from the same creators of Tokyo Revengers. Now, it was on my list to review. I actually was removing it just because I wanted to jump back into Kyokuro Necromance, but I'm going to give that a rest for a week and release this video. And to be honest, this is actually a good series. He wasn't wrong. Tokyo Revengers is good for a reason, and this one has similarities to it. In fact, just look at one of the I don't know if he's a main character yet. I think he is, but here's one of the characters. I mean, you see the resemblance to Tokyo Revengers. So before anything, guys, this is a new series, so I don't have any other chapter reviews on this one, but I will in the future. So make sure you subscribe so you guys keep up with all the stuff that I'm releasing. I do have other series that I'm releasing chapter by chapter here in my channel, so if you want to watch those, you can watch those now. I do appreciate all the love and support that you guys show this channel. Continue showing that. I will try my best to release more and more stuff for you guys, trying new things here and there. Doesn't always work out, but you just let me know in the comment section what you like, and I'll continue posting those things. Thank you so much for the recommendation. If you have other recommendations from your review, I would love to check out new stuff. I'm always up for newer stuff, as you can see. So okay, so we follow the life of Hibaru, who is the biological son of the boss, and then this boy Terasu, who is an adopted son to the boss. And I'm gonna jump around the chapter, because the chapter writes it in a certain way for you to learn new stuff as you go, but I'm gonna kind of put it in chronological order just for it can make more sense. Essentially, we have this one guy who was in a time where it was rough in Japan. I mean, the gangs were bad, and he basically took control of the city. Little by little, he started using his force to show the thugs to not mess with the people, right? Very similar to what we see in a lot of gang animes and manga. They're doing it in a way to help the community, and they're not too afraid to be called Yakuza, but also not too afraid to know that they're doing bad for the better good. So that's what he starts doing. He also starts adopting kids left and right. And through his adopted kids, they grow up and they become this organization that basically is, they're there to not just help the community, but help Japan itself. So he is in his deathbed. He does appoint these 2 guys to be his successors. His son being the boss, Hibaru, and then the other one being his basically right hand man. Now, the manga starts with everyone showing up to his funeral, and just from the get-go, you can tell that the other members of the gang, especially the leaders of the gang, they don't really get along. They want specific people, for example, this guy, to be in leadership. They've become more of an organization that are respected by even the country, and less of a Yakuza, and they kind of want to go back to the Yakuza feeling. And anyways, the son gets to talk in the funeral, and he does give the last words of his father, and this is where chaos goes on. And that's because he doesn't give himself the boss position. He gives it to his friend, the one in the beginning, and Hibaru tells him, and I'm going to be his right hand. So Obviously there's uproar because if he's not the boss, then the next in line should not be him, and it's an uproar. People don't like it. They start arguing. They do show that they have these pendants that their dad gave them, proof that it is true. So after that, we do get the background story of the dad, how he grew up with his dad, how his dad taught him to be loyal and help the weak, not just do crime to do crime. So very, very touching part, to be honest. And then we also get the scene where their dad tells him where he wants him to be the next successor, and his friend to be, or his other adopted son to be the leadership. That cuts out into basically them after the funeral, just relaxing in the bath, talking about what happened, and him saying he wants to take the organization into the best direction possible, and that he feels that if he ended up in leadership, he would cause it to be in chaos, right? So he says the words that his dad repeats to him, and I'm going to read them word by word. Says, "Help the weak and stand up against the strong." That means having a chivalrous heart. That's what the words that he wants to live his life with. Now, this chaos is stopped by meteors. They start showing up left and right in Japan, and there is this saying that they've been saying around that if you pray enough or wish enough with an object that you cherish enough in your hand, anything that you want will come true. So he definitely goes into praying and hoping that they can be the strongest Yakuza ever. Now, a meteor hits where they're living, and a whole building falls on top of his friend. Now, where it could have been a very, very serious and sad scene, we see him get what we can see as powers from the stars, and after trying with his own physical strength and almost breaking his hand, he uses one, the passion that his dad gave him, but two, the powers that now he has through these meteors, and he's able to basically knock out the entire building with his fist, knocking the house off his friend like a bullet. And yeah, he saves his friend, and essentially, I'm gonna kind of show this. It's a two-panel one. He's glad that he is alive, and yeah, Japan is now a chaos, and he realizes that this is the beginning and marked the end of what possibly was the most peaceful time in Japan. So that's it in a nutshell. That is all I know for now. It is a good series. It looks like it's going to be more action filled in the next chapters. As of right now, there's only 3 chapters. Another chapter releasing today of time of recording. Time of recording, only 3 chapters. There's another one releasing today, time of posting. So just, keep up with it. I know I'm not posting it on the right time, but it is what it is. Thank you again for the recommendation. Again, if you have more recommendations, let me know. What do I think about this series? It definitely is going away from the timeline mix-up that we had with Toku Revengers, with going back in time and how all that works, right? It's very different. It still has the gang feeling and kind of like the brotherhood thing that a lot of people really enjoyed of Toku Revengers. So I think that's gonna help this series as well, because we don't have so much of that when it comes to anime and manga. So having more of a brotherhood, friendship, beyond from what we were raised, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, we don't really have a lot of that anymore. A lot of it is either romance or or it's just tension amongst brotherhood. So I think it's going to be another one that people are going to really enjoy. reading it, but and hopefully in the future watching it as well. So go check it out. 3 chapters are out. I believe they're free in Shonen Jump. I pay for the app, but I believe the first 3 and the last 3 are always free. So go check them out. If not, find them somewhere else. I'm not sponsored by them. So thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so, subscribe. And guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.